Basically, I was trying to figure out, I wanted to write a science fiction film. And at that same time, Ari was graduating from getting his PhD from NYU in neuroscience. And so, but he didn't really want to study academia anymore. So we started talking about, maybe we'd write something together. And we basically spent lots of time walking around Manhattan, talking and thinking about ideas.
The thing started as just Darren and me talking. We're just talking. And the idea started to roll. And so then we talked some more. And then slowly we get enough material together that Darren has this process which he cards things out, which is an organizational system. And we'd sort of do that together. When he was all set and he had enough, he'd go off and write it. He'd disappear and go off and write it.
I would say that The Fountain is the kind of the movie that when Darren and I started to make films 10, 15 years ago, that this is a movie we've been working on making the whole time. And that the other movies we've made were kind of stepping stones to get us here.
One of the how I write basically is I take a lot of different ideas from a lot of different places that I think are cool and sort of try to mesh them together. And one of the things I was into was sort of Mayan culture and conquistadors and that whole time period. And that led us down to a research trip down to Guatemala and Honduras and Mexico. Yeah, those are the eyes and the nose. There's a big mouth. It's the face of a creature. Maybe use the mouth of a snake or jaguar as the entrance to the cave. So what do you guys think about our trip so far?
I'm tired. Day one, I'm tired.
Are you sick of ruins yet?
No.
Can you see more?
Yes.
Where are we?
Copan, in the museum.
Sculpture museum.
Yeah? You see anything interesting?
There's this big red thing.
We sort of got filled with the themes for our movie. Slowly but surely the film started to come together and we were looking for places to shoot. And Warner Brothers really wanted us to go to Australia. Australia was great. The Gold Coast was kind of a wasteland. It was kind of like Fort Lauderdale. And we got a nice house, at least, and we just started. It was kind of crazy to move all the way around the world to make a movie. It was just, it's an absurd thing to do. It's pretty close. So we could maybe have some guys run right in there. That would be cool.
Jump down.
No, no, just
There's
up
gonna be
there.
a bit of bush and
Also
scrub.
more dudes up
Yeah.
there. It's a good vantage point for those guys.
I don't know. I think we actually want to see a picture. The problem is we're trying to do something that's unrealistic. One thing real quick to make things a little clearer, one shorthand that we use for the different time periods to make it clearer is the past is number 1, present is number 2, and the future is number 3. Tomas comes up this side of the McJagger platform, and he's like looking back. The Pappas is screaming at him. He comes around, walks out onto it. Right. You agree with me on the tree being too big? You do? Yeah.
No, well, you know, I think now that you've said it does look pretty big in the
Just doesn't quite fit.
Australia, I was like, you mean in 7 weeks there's going to be 200 Mayans and like 800 extras storming a 90-foot pyramid in the jungle out there wearing, I mean, how's that, what? I had no idea how we're going to get from where we were to there.
Oh, whoa, we fucking A.
Gonna go up there?
The Australian crew was fantastic, and they did incredible work. And it would have been a great, great, great movie had it happened. The whole Australian adventure, the first 2.5 years of our adventure on the Fountain, was very, very intense. After much wrestling with a lot of different things in LA, and probably, you know, the worst week professionally and personally in my life, the studio's shutting us down. But they are in a place where they want to at least store everything and hopefully put this back together. They've been very, very supportive, and they're looking for us to find the right actor for it. Does anybody need a hug? No matter how much work you do on the page and on sketching on paper and pen, it's still a two-dimensional medium until you actually get there with living actors in a three-dimensional space.
It was a tough film all the way around, schedule-wise, and just it was ambitious. But probably, you know, it was the most frustrating experience I've ever had, and it's probably the most gratifying experience I've ever had. So, I liked the character existing in the spaces in between the light, rather than existing in the light all the time. And that was really the only direction I had going in, was trying to create an atmosphere of darkness at the beginning, moving into light when you finally get to the end of the film. I think the idea is really that's the light, the white light. There's gold behind it, but the white light's coming and hitting that glass, and that's what he's walking toward. So it's all good to be dark here. We're like way under here. You got all the definition in the corridor, but that right there is what he's heading to. And so that's going to be the back. I know you were missing.
Everything was designed around a long passageway with a light at the end of it, and that light was filtered and diffused by walls of glass and, you know, different elements that would come in between the camera and the light, and as the story progressed, we got closer and closer to the light, until the final scene, obviously, where he breaks through and it's pure light.
Quiet, please. Roll up. We're rolling.
On speed.
And you sure that glass is safe? You sure you're not going to go through it? You sure it's safe? You sure?
We're rolling.
You sure? You sure? You sure we didn't switch it on you? And action!
Mr. Creo! Ah! Get him off him! Let go! Let go!
Get him out of here. Wait. Okay, nurses. Out. 1, 2. Go. Get him out of here. Go, guys. Okay, thank God. Very nice.
Cut. Very nice. Very good.
Focus.
The hospital, for example, that was a very clean representation of the idea of him moving down a long passage in the dark to the light at the end of the tunnel, which Izzy's room, you know, when he throws the doctor up against the blinds and the blinds crash, the light penetrates the space for the first time. But his journey from the elevator to her room, you know, is essentially the journey of the ship from Earth to the star.
Oh, there, yeah. Let's start right here. Ready?
Rolling.
Center yourself, Francois. Yep, that's right.
Rolling.
Speed. 1, 2, 3, action. That's a good one. Yeah. And cut.
Cut.
That worked.
Johnny! Give me number!
That worked. That nailed it. You just slow down a tiny, tiny bit.
No problem. It's hard. It's in my bones, my blood.
9 o'clock is the call general. The cast will be ready at 10 o'clock. And in and around 10 o'clock, we want to hit the ground running. The goal is tomorrow to get all the wide shots done by lunch. There are a lot of shots, okay? There are many shots, and we can do it. And this is the only way through this maze. And we will have a plan once Kimmy gets this done, okay? 3, 2, 1, action!
What the fuck is a pigeon doing in the frame? Get the pigeon
Get
out
the
of
fuck
there.
out of the shot, pigeon!
Hello. Here's your shot. Here. Starting close here. The fountain. Pull out.
Man, this is insane, huh?
Crazy how much time you spend thinking about something like this, and then it's done. I've been thinking about this freaking museum since fucking June.
Rolling, we're rolling. When are we going to do the crane shot?
Okay.
I guess there's a lot of shots to do.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of shots to do.
So I'm wondering if we need them all.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't cut the sequence together without.
Don't laugh at me.
That was a good idea. I like that. Let's do that one more time. From over there.
Yeah.
That was nice. So Rach, when you see him, bring him over. And as he's coming over here, go back. And as he's getting closer, use that. That was a really nice thing to do.
Great catch! Oh, what is the word for today? Bombastic.
Was that paintball mask?
Roll them. We're rolling. Quiet, please. We are rolling.
Nobody move.
Ed, ready? Okay, a little closer. Action. How we doing?
Very good.
This is good to go.
The good to go. We just have to warm up the machine.
You
Make
want to show
sure.
us an example of what it looks like? Let's warm them up.
Go ahead,
Let's
Tom.
show Darren what this is going to look like. Won't take too much of your time. I'd like to welcome you all. First of all, thank you very much for a job well done on the outside. It was hard conditions yesterday, and we all persevered, and we got just about everything, so thank you very much.
What I realized is that we wrapped the present.
The present is done. Okay.
It's pretty cool. We're
We are
1/3 of the
now
way
in
done.
Seville. We're in the 16th century, so congratulations, everybody.
So what I want you to do is come here and walk right in front of it, right under it, okay? So it's gonna go all the way, and I was thinking of the lantern. I think at this point, it's gonna come down, and that's when you'll get your distance, and you'll hear it coming down. You'll hear it as it's coming down.
And then I started to get some distance.
Yeah, you could get a little bit, just speed up a little bit to get in front of the camera.
In a very simple way, all the sets are designed around the idea of a journey. So they're set up in a linear form. So, you could say the same for Seville, starting at the door, moving through the space to the Queen's cage, where the light was generated.
And cut.
You got the end thing too. So.
Let's go back. Takes you drive through the night back to Seville, not to dawn. You get here at night.
Isn't that shot of me riding?
That's going to Celestio. Okay, and now you're here. It's nighttime, and it's in the middle of the night. It's about 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. That she's having a court with you. Okay.
Oh, kill it. We okay? Should I get Rachel out of here? Or are we okay?
Okay. It's fine.
The glass is to put, we're going to put the dagger on the glass and see if the distance between the light and the dagger is sufficient to project a shadow on the map such that the holes in the dagger line up exactly with the pyramid. And then once the holes on the pyramid line up exactly, there's a central hole that's projected, which shows the
X marks the spot.
X marks the spot.
They say whoever drinks of its sap and swallows will live forever. I tried it on 3 Canadian girls at work.
Most cultures have an immortality myth because no one wants to die, so they make up myths of how you can live forever. And in almost all those cultures, the immortality is tied to plants and to a lesser degree water. So there's the fountain of youth and the tree of life.
OK, ben rajoute-en un autre, Jean, à côté. Bon, allumé, bouge pas. 931. OK, c'est pas la bonne.
The marking on the hilt. Do you see it? It is a map. A map to the Mayans' greatest secret. Could it be? Could it be?
Good. Cut. We're gonna do one more for safety.
Cut once again.
Could it be?
Take it back. Hold it by the. When you take back it from there. Before you go down, take it by the dagger, by the blade. Then he'll go in first because you went in the other way.
Once again, please.
Atmosphere is, I think, is the most important part of cinematography and lighting, is creating the atmosphere for the film, whatever the film may be, whether it be a comedy, drama, or thriller, or whatever genre or non-genre it may be. It's all about atmosphere.
Yeah, the crucifix should be centered, no? The cross. Oh, no, no, no. You mean the actual cross? I don't know about up, down, I don't care. Step into the room for a second, quick.
Tilt it up before they kick me out of the ASC.
She's, she has forbidden it. Yes. She has forbidden it. That's right. She has forbidden it. That's right.
Here we go, stand by.
God damn it, you piece of shit. She's forbidden it. Please,
Roll up.
Please, Captain, there is no honor in suicide. Please, Captain, there is no honor in suicide. They will kill you, and Spain will lose her protector. And Spain will lose her protector. They will kill you, and Spain will lose her protector. And quiet, please. And you must be cut out.
There is no other choice. This is our only hope.
Fucking Batman. And cut. Who said I wasn't gonna shoot Batman? All right.
Is he gonna be a bit sweaty over there? And,
I think he should be sweaty. Yeah, I think we should slip him down. It should be a serious workout. Camera's all ready to go. If there's a problem, I'll call cut and stop you from doing it.
Darren?
Yeah.
I don't want this rope to hide this. I'm sure you want to
Absolutely.
see this, right?
Yep.
But then there is going to be blood on this that's going to come on here. I just want to let you know.
Where's the blood coming from?
Well, there's a tube under here, and it's going to...
That's okay.
Okay.
It's going to collect down
Knock, knock! Inquisitor! The heretics have confessed
A little to your left, Stephen.
and ceded their lands to your holy office. They await your judgment.
Okay, cut. Good.
Cut, save it.
A little bit to the left. And then bring this in about 6 inches. This is a good start.
Can you answer that question for me? How much time until the monks are ready?
Okay, moi je vais vous dire vos rangées, ok? I'll tell you your rows, okay? I'll tell you a number and a letter, ok? Je vais vous dire un chiffre et une lettre. Retenez les deux, puis ça va vous dire où est-ce que vous êtes sur le plateau. Alex, on monte André, c'est beau. Oui, on monte André jusqu'au max.
Clear, please. Follow me. Watch your foot. Watch out. Bring it in.
Eyes open and close and open and close. Just the pain. Oh, you know? Okay? All right, good.
Once we establish what lens we're going to use for a wide shot, we use that lens, and the concept of symmetry. For example, with Darren, I know that there's going to be a symmetrical frame, even if I don't know exactly what the shot is. If I walk into a space and I find the symmetry, chances are a camera's going to go there, and I'm lighting for symmetry. With that information, I'm lighting a frame, whether it's a frame set by James's set or a frame set by my camera. We're lighting a frame based on a concept.
Fear not. She will not be held alone. I will make sure her servants are waiting for her.
Cut! This is only a movie.
Again, more torture on Aronofsky's
Guys
picture.
looking?
It's just like a regular Saturday night. What can I say?
Oops.
It's so cold that when you breathe in deep, it hurts your lungs. Home stretch, baby. Woo!
This will be an 11-day stay so far, possibly a little longer, subject to notification. All right, we're here for 11 days as it stands at this hour.
I gotta go to makeup right now and check up on the actors real quick. I mean, that to me is fucking badass. I think you should go with it. How you guys, you traveled for 2 months across the water, haven't showered for months, so you can only imagine what the smells are. B2, B3. That's too quick. That's too quick.
So as I stand him, then it should be pulled.
Okay, so then you should pull the dagger then.
We should have a moment
When he
here,
stabs
right?
him. Yes, exactly. So then, he stabs him. Oh! Then pull. Oh!
Hey, twin, ainsi t'écris.
Rolling.
What you're gonna have is like the clothing, and then when you're gonna hit like this, the shoulder will collapse like this one, and then the spurt of blood will go out. So it's just for the impact.
Oh, the shoulder splits like that.
Yeah. Shoulder splits like that, and then there's gonna be a spurt of blood.
It's a good thing I'm trying to quit, huh?
Yeah, but you're not succeeding. Oh God, it's what's his name, the paparazzi.
Whoa! It's good! It's cool!
You read a script that Darren writes, it's not something you get on your desk at, you know, with an ICM cover or William Morris cover. Or, you know, you read it from beginning to end and it's not complete. Like what I do doesn't exist without, you know, the emotional intensity that it puts in his films.
So after 4 years, we finally rolled film on the Mayan ball court.
A5, Apple Echo, take 2, A marker.
See?
Hicks.
3, 2, 1, dolly.
Come on. There's only 80 of them.
This cannot go on the DVD extra. I looked at the budgets of other films. It's just crazy. Get out of here.
Let's talk about the chapel, or the pyramid shrine. It's a very small space, as you've all been inside to see, so we have to really keep it controlled. One of the things that are happening in the scene is fire. It's basically Papas with a flaming sword. The flaming sword is comprised of rubber cement. It is ignited by a small electric match. As part of the action, we've rehearsed it. Fernando has rehearsed it. He's aware of what's going on. Point number 2. This is a hot set today. We are dressing this set on this shrine. It bleeds. It seeps blood.
And now you show up. Now we've had all the fun.
It was originally conceived almost as a birth canal. So, you know, he sort of spit out of this slimy, gooey passage into the light.
Action.
Ako yazbata vokol, liva juk me ilto tiletta stoholarchile lalte, choche sjutta slokt sjelale. Lila helel hais belal sakila losile, sjevalva!
No! Cut. Good. All right, good. Let's check the gate.
And cut, print, check the gate.
Very good. Very good. That was right. Yeah. Someone probably pulled the ladder.
And then you move in and it's just a bloody mess, basically, inside.
What are you talking about? I think I got it. Patty, you think you got it? I think we got it. Hold on.
I want everybody to know that the hair and makeup department spend 3 hours a day to make this. Matt. Happy birthday, here it comes. Happy birthday.
Let's keep it on. We'll figure it out tomorrow. I need Dan Schrecker to figure it out.
Can we cheat it at a trade?
Who's that guy? Who's that guy talking to me? I'm cracking me up.
There's too much to do, man. Not enough to do. Back his hand. Then in a single motion.
Wait. He remembers the blade, sees the capillary. In a single motion, he sticks it into the tree, right? Puts a needle in, just pushes in slightly.
Birds of paradise nesting in the branches noisily flap away. A droplet of thick white sap flows down the blade.
Drips.
Tomas watches closely as it falls from the hip.
Wait a second. And action.
This is the stuff that we put into it's the sap from the tree.
Oh wow, that's the goo. Creamy frosting.
There you go.
That's not creamy frosting is the sap of life.
As you're going up the tree here, is just make that more of a pleasurable moment.
At the beginning?
When you first go, no, after you drink the mouthful.
Yeah.
You go. I think every
at
other
the, at the beginning. At the beginning, I'm sort of doing a bit of my body's freaking out.
Yeah.
And then there's
maybe even the first one. Try that. Try you drinking, and then go straight up to amazement.
Yeah.
And stay there, and maybe come back on that breath. But just the immediate look up. Try that.
Yeah.
With the flower sequence, again, Darren really didn't want to use CG, so we're looking for other practical solutions and ways to create that effect of Tomas drinking from the tree of life and his body turning into flowers. We explored a different number of possibilities. One thing that was really interesting was that James Chinlin, the designer, had on a previous show had created these bladders of flowers. We took that idea, collaborated with Maestro Effects, and was able to create these bodies that would burst out with greens in different patterns and everything. But the thing that we couldn't really get was a flower opening up on the body. So one thing we did was explore time-lapse photography. And what proved to be difficult and pretty much impossible was to take those flowers and track them onto the body at different angles. So this was a place where Darren relented to the use of CG because it just gave us a lot more flexibility.
You want another connector? Another one with a red piece at the end? Got no red pieces here. Something else.
Another copy bit and then gets hooked onto the rig for the spindle for the
It's a bladder that comes out, and then we need something real, right?
Yeah, real flowers hooked up because so that they will crumble and fall.
Yeah, yeah. Feels a little narrow still. Can I make it a little bigger?
I can make it fuller with fake ones. It's easy because I can just add
okay,
up.
do it.
Now and forever, we shall be together.
I feel like throwing up now. I'm serious, I'm not.
And here we go, roll cameras.
Roll them.
Set.
Rolling.
3, 2, 1. Flowers! Okay, stay there. Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, and tilt up and take your head back, take your hands away. And back up. And come forward. Action! Okay, good. Great.
Cut! Just like,
eat. Pull them out. More coming. That's it! And cut!
Cut!
Very good. Very good.
And that's a cut.
Very good.
To build a set that's entirely organic is something that you don't get the opportunity to do. So I'd never done that. And so in that way, those were the scary things. Was like, you couldn't just throw up a wall or put a window somewhere or paint it a certain color and make it work. You had to have the right materials in order to make something that looked real.
You push the bullet in the machine, and then you go like that, and there you go.
Yeah, this is the recipe for the pond scum, and then little you get a little dish soap on your hand. The scum should separate so you can actually put it in without getting really slimy. That's the theory.
I mean, the spaceship was definitely a challenge. I think that dealing with, how to render, what the quality of light is, and how to be expressionistic in space, and how it would look, and what would the light do inside the nebula, and what would it do in the outer reaches of space, and what would it do in the face of a dying star? Was like, how do we, how do I get there?
I'm sorry, maybe it's on this thing.
Go for it, baby. Yeah, definitely. I think we're gonna end up bald, personally, which makes Judy's job a lot harder. It does match the background. We'll match it anyway. That's right. You think bald?
No, when I think about the character, it makes sense to me.
Well, the character makes sense bald because he's cutting off his hair and regenerating. He's very simple.
And we've done, like you said, we've done bold transitions. We have a very normal man. We have a man who's a madman.
Madman.
Finish it.
Finish it. I don't know how it ends. I don't know how it ends.
You will.
No. No.
That was that no was a little.
No. No.
Too many things.
That's bad. It's big, isn't it? The wide shot of the three of them at the table.
Oh, okay.
Let's kind
Ready.
of look over my shoulder, then turn into it.
When did you look over your shoulder?
Like that, and then I turn in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing here?
Take a walk with me.
Oh, I have too much work.
It's the first snow.
Are they waiting on me?
Come on, Tom.
Please, Izzy.
When you're dealing with good actors, your job as a director becomes very easy because the only thing you really need to do is offer them an interpretation of what the text means. So if you understand what the scene's about and you can communicate it to an actor, then it's their job, if they're a good actor, to get there.
No!
Emotionally, we played around a lot, and how we played a scene, we did a tremendous amount of different takes on, I would have Hugh run every single note that could possibly be played for a moment, and with Rachel as well. So it was a lot of fun.
I don't know how to show understanding and compassion as the Queen without being a bit Izzy.
Okay.
It's not humanly possible.
So let's try one as Izzy. Let's give it a shot.
I mean, I don't think it should be pure Izzy, but
Let's try with just Izzy. Let's just play it Izzy once, and then we'll bring it back.
Queens aren't very compassionate. Not the ones.
Queen is right now.
Yeah.
Quiet, please, and roll them.
He's turned his back on you. He told you he was going to deliver Spain from bondage. And
I'm afraid.
action.
Will you deliver Spain from bondage?
I don't know how.
You do. You will.
I'm gonna die.
Nice.
You shall wear it when you find Eden. And when you return, I shall be your Eve. Together we will live forever.
And cut.
Oh, it's a very weird experiencing your own face, isn't it?
Wrecker. So, yeah.
It's very hard to see through
You okay
it.
with those, or you need those markers in? Okay, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Is that when you had to just see I'm going to die, you could see yourself? That's fucking weird. In a way, maybe it helps. Yeah.
You could focus through the lens, through your face. You shouldn't be focusing on your face because then your eyes are out of focus. You should be focusing through
I'm looking
the
at the
lens
center.
into the hole. Yeah.
I'm looking into the hole.
That's where you should look.
I can see there's like a miniature me in that hole there,
Exactly.
unfortunately.
It's actually an infinite reflection of you.
Okay.
For all infinity. Forever.
Okay. Will you deliver Spain from bondage? Fucking slow coach.
Ready? Quiet, please.
Jesus
Your empire's long gone.
Ugh.
On speed. 115 alpha, take 3.
Put your hands on your hip as a queen.
Okay, the queens are out.
The idea with space was to create an environment that was created entirely without CG and using practical plates and practical elements to build space, the star field, the nebula, the supernova, all of these elements. And what we did is we worked with a man by the name of Peter Parks, who is a macro photographer. And what he did was set up little chemical reactions and different things like that inside Petri dishes. And so we got in real close to that and shot that stuff, and then took that raw footage and composited it together to create the look for outer space. When I think one of the things Darren really likes about the whole Peter Parks approach to outer space is that, you know, whatever is going on in outer space, in the nebula and stuff that we don't actually know because we haven't been there, whatever it is, it still is subservient to the same laws of physics that exist in Peter's Petri dishes. So the way the motions flow, the way the liquids flow into each other and react with one another is still part of the same universe as what's going on out there.
Having a spherical, clear spaceship, there's no reason why that's impossible or wrong. In fact, it's totally sensible in many, many ways, but you've never seen it before. And that's because spaceships don't need to, in outer space, you don't need to be shaped like a bullet. You need to be shaped like a bullet if you're going in and out of an atmosphere.
Every space movie you've seen all through time, there's similarities to the looks of the spaceships, to the looks of what the doors that open and close in the airlocks in a spaceship look like too. And part of this is because, you know, one concept artist is drawing on the work of the previous and the work of the science fiction and the movies they've seen, and it's an evolution. And it's rare for people to be asked to totally reinvent something. And it's actually hard for the human mind to like erase everything you know and invent something. So what happened by going this completely other method is we had science be part on our side to just sort of throw in some imagery and some ideas that we kind of didn't have complete control over, and that gave us imagery that we wouldn't probably even have thought of making.
Climbing at the bottom, the tree, climbing up, and 0G, that's no problem. But running, climbing and 0G, that's insane shot.
Yeah, you can film now.
Okay.
Tu veux faire un full test, man?
Let's go jump off a tree.
All right, let's not get cocky. Let's be careful. Okay, thank you.
Mr. D? Spotter.
Nonetheless, kill that fucking tree. 3, 2, 1, action. Up, cut. Action. Cut. 3, 2, 1, go! All right, cut.
If you feel
Well, if you hear anything green, like okay.
All right, let's all take a collective breath. Three, two, one, go.
Yeah, baby.
And cut.
That's a touchdown, baby. All right.
Let me check it. Let me check it. Fucked up thing is people are gonna think it's a stuntman. Yeah. And then we put a face replacement on him up there. That's the fucked up thing.
Picture wrap. That is all.
Wow.
Je t'aime en grise, Montreal!
Hey, viva!
All right, then we got Lato Plateau.
That guy. That guy.
Is his boots. So,
So, journalist.
so I want to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, you have 3 minutes.
Okay. So, what did you think? What did you think when you very, very first read the script? Can you remember?
Yeah. Because I met Darren, he came backstage at the show, and John had already, John had already worded, he says, you know, he's got the fountain and it fell through and it's a great project and you know, so he had Darren come back and Darren was like, I love the show, great. And I was very shocked, that he was there. It seemed very incongruous that Darren Aronofsky was at The Boy from Oz.
At a musical.
And loving it. Really, he really enjoyed it. I could tell he really liked it. And I said, you go to musical? Anyway, give me a very long answer. Anyway,
he loves musicals.
Loves it, and I was shocked.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I said to him, so what do you do next? He goes, oh, I don't know, you know. I said, working on getting a movie up and stuff. I said, yeah, I heard about it. I'd love to read it. Can I read it? Yeah. And he goes, oh, I don't know. No, I don't really do that sort of thing. And I was like,
really?
Okay. I kind of thought, oops, overstepped the mark. No, he kind of was just very shy and sheepish all of a sudden. I felt like I've been a real pushy actor here all of a sudden. And anyway, he rang me the next day and said, do you really want to read it? He rang me. So anyway, do you really want to read it? This is how I remember. And I said, yeah. So I got it and I read it after the show one night. So I get home about 11 and I read it straight through till about 1 in the morning. And I just had this, my main feeling of it, apart from being a little confused plot-wise, was I had this feeling of hope. Like, just felt very light. I couldn't put it down literally, which is unusual for me. Usually, you know, tired, and I was like, well, no, I'm just tired. I'm reading at 11 o'clock at night, and I usually maybe get 20 minutes into something. And so I read it straight through, which is always a good sign. And then I was I just had this beautiful, I thought there's some message in here that really connects to me. And there were little bits in the script that I really connected with and things I believed in. And I rang Darren the next morning and I said, man, look, I don't want to be presumptuous in that you're going to ask me to do it or anything, but I'll let you know that if you would want me to do it, I'll commit to it now. And I think actually, I remember saying that and then thinking, shit, I should probably tell my agent I've even kind of read it, before committing to it. Because he was, that was the issue. He was like, when you finish the show? And I said, that's right. And I said, oh, September. He goes, I'm thinking of going in July. And,
Right.
I've waited years to do it, so.
And also you needed to have some time off after the show.
Yeah, and we ended up having, I think, at least a couple of months.
Yeah.
So, and that was it. It happened so fast. And I just said to him, look, I'll guarantee you in writing that this is the thing I'll do afterwards, because it was like January. So it was 11 months away for Darren.
Right.
Which is, he'd already waited years.
Right.
But that was the first thing I remember. I felt like it was somehow, and funnily enough, been reading Joseph Campbell, and I felt like it was like a myth, like a modern day myth, that you don't necessarily, I couldn't necessarily disseminate the entire themes, etc. of the piece, but it just connected with me. It made sense. I felt like, yeah, this is what life's about. I think I really connected with the fear of death and actually fully dealing with death before you can live. And the quote at the beginning from Genesis, which is something I'd kind of looked at before and always been very interested in, and that whole notion of duality and how our life on earth is much of our life has been getting away from the Garden of Eden, and that our embodiment here, human embodiment, is about getting back to the Garden of Eden. So the movie starting with that quote, I was like, whoa, this is sort of weird. And then there's some hazy bits in the middle, but that was my first reaction. I'm very kind of exhausted right now
You must be.
in every way, but very satisfied at the same time,
Yeah.
which is kind of a thrilling feeling.
Do you think you've ever been pushed as hard as?
No way, I've never been pushed this hard.
No.
No. And
He's very unusual.
what about you?
in that.
Do you?
I've never been remotely pushed this far.
No.
I've been, I've definitely been pushed by people who push you in a way that makes you feel bad about yourself and
Yeah.
shuts you down. That's
That-
happened, but I've never been pushed by somebody who is holding you and making
Yeah.
you feel completely safe, but pushes you to the point where you think you're going to actually lose your mind because
It's
you can't
true.
go any further. But
Yeah, no, though I went places in this film. I've watched actors and heard actors talk about, I went into a space during that film. And so I was like, did you really, or are you just sort of romanticising this whole thing? And
being actor studio about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Have you done that, by the way?
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you?
No.
It's 4.5 hours.
Is it?
Oh. But
But on this, you felt.
at times I felt really. I was also away from my family.
Yeah.
Which was kind of deliberate choice for this movie, not only lifestyle-wise, but it kind of thought, well, this is a movie I think that's going to be challenging, and it's probably better that I just
He's
hang
going on
out.
such a solo quest, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's such a loner.
It felt very sort of inward and.
It must have
and
been lovely that you could be with your family at the weekends.
Oh, it was amazing, and that time of Christmas was
Yeah.
just. It was interesting because all the stuff and the vulnerability and the openness that Darren demanded, which is kind of frightening. I was frightened of it before the film.
Well, I think particularly for men, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's frightening for all actors and all people, but men aren't
No.
taught how to be that vulnerable.
No, even to the point where I think about watching the film, I'm like, I'm going to be maybe a little uncomfortable.
Sure.
I said that to Deb. I went back one weekend. I said, Deb, it's going to sound weird, but I might have cried like this once in front of you. I can't really remember, but there was a feeling of privacy and that Darren allowed, and intimacy that was, you kind of just did it, and then sometimes I'd wake up next morning and go, whoa, did I do that? You know, like after a big night out, what did I say? What did I do?
But I think that's sort of when film or all acting becomes really interesting, is when people really behave how they behave in private, either by themselves or very, very privately with their lover, or just it's the most private things that you can do. And sometimes it's very hard to do, and it's the aim, I think, in acting, but it's very hard to do. There's a whole crew there, and
completely.
You know, it's scary, but
this
somehow
crew was pretty extraordinary too.
This crew was extraordinary. I felt they supported us in. Like when Darren got the Yumi and Nico and Francois, we all did a three ons.
That's
we
right.
sound like crazy hippies now, but
they were into it.
They were totally into it. Yeah.
And you know, I said this to you privately, and I'll say it for everyone at MTV. You got great hair. No, I couldn't have done it without you, because there was an intimacy of the relationship which allowed us to go beyond all the camera, film, everything, to create a genuine connection, you know, which was such a gift.
Yeah, no, it was incredible.
Yeah. I remember Trevor always saying, he says, you got to look for the parts that are challenging but demand everything of yourself. And no, he says, when the demands of the part and your potential meet, then you're onto something. And that, I think, for both of us, is probably this film, because there were demands playing different roles and characters, and also connections that it was just an opportunity I've never had before.
If you were going to describe the story, what would you...
Like the plot? Or what it's about?
Or what it's about to you? Not so much the plot, like what...
Yeah. They ate from the tree of knowledge, of good and evil. And they were banned from the garden, and he hid the tree of life. And
it really says that in the Bible.
Yeah, it really says that. So, what I see that is that, well, the tree of knowledge of good and evil is pretty much how we live our life every day. There's you, me, actor, actress, boy, girl.
Dualities.
Journalist, interviewee.
Evil, good.
Yeah, my career's doing well, badly. I'm in love, I'm not in love. I'm living, I'm dying. All that stuff, which pretty much infects almost every moment. And underneath that is the truth, which is the tree of life, which is unity, which is the Garden of Eden. That, in fact, there is no separation. So the experience not only of reading the story, of acting the story, but being in the film are those moments of connection. And it doesn't necessarily last all the time, but like you were saying, as an actor, actress, there was a heart connection, but in truth, there was just one.
Yeah.
And it probably didn't happen all the time, but there were moments of that. Same with Darren or the group here. And so that, for me, is what the movie's about. That...
Which is definitely a breakdown of ego.
Of course, surrender. That's surrender.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know if I would say that in the press junket. That's what I thought. I'd probably say something about it.
Love
Maybe
story.
It's a love story.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
Until you can accept dying, then you can't fully live, which are all pretty much the same thing. But I think when you're quiet, when the mind is quiet, you can feel that sense of expansion, and everything in the movie seems to be going from dark to light, from that feeling of closed, even my character Tommy, closed and to expand, about expansion. And by surrendering all our ideas of how we should do things and what's right and wrong, what I deserve, what my wife should give to me, me, all of that. By surrendering all that, there's actually an expansion and a feeling of letting go that happens at the end of the movie. In a weird way, as tired as I am, that's part of the surrender too. That's, I think, why Darren pushes me and you and other actors so hard, because at some point you have to just let go and go for the ride and just enjoy it. And I suppose that's been the experience of the film for me.
And you just always connect immediately with whoever's talking to you, whatever moment, whatever you're going through, and it's such a beautiful quality. Yeah, and I suppose
get the fucking camera out.
We've gone metaphysical hippie.
Yeah,
very. This is what Arafonsky does to you. We get
It's true.
We're just hippied out here, man.
This is a much better interview. Metaphysical Monthly. It's been terrific.
Metaphysical Monthly. Take a walk with me.
I have too much work.
It's the first snow.
Yeah,
We
I know,
always
but they're waiting on me.
Come on, Tommy.
Please, Izzy.
she'll be your Eve.
Stop it!
What are you doing here?
Take a walk with me.
I have too much work.
It's the first snow. We always.
They're waiting on me.
Come on, Tommy.
Please, Izzy.
place.